No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this. No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the Force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else?
Mr. Pierce, tell us.
I found a Darkwater PD badge. Lost a colleague recently?
What the?
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm all right. I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back. But I can't explain why Dr. Fuller would have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Given the energy
His father, he found most
powerful,
Yes,
he wouldn't.
I know the. Do you wish to?
I found a...
It makes
But everyone and all were...
perhaps, but no.
From what I read in the file,
Francis Sanders.
Dr. Fuller, not to mention...
Yes.
What I...
Do you even...
It's the. I'm listening. What did
There were... I woke...
And
you?
what happened?
When I woke after
Impossible.
You should. Did you?
What I'm sure...
And what...
The fact...
I don't.
That's...
You...
What?
That's...
Seems...
Bradley.
Then
And then...
I
And then...
went...
And you...
I don't...
met a...
Of course. What? Tell.
Sanders. Minute. He...
This man.
You.
France.
You know, I get
An art
If you.
I don't know.
But that true.
He's right.
But it could.
Better, Matt. Very well.
Don't end up in the hospital list.
You know, we met briefly. It's your. Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday.
Oh, how...
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. Did you not do...
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
How did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
I deduce that your husband already mentioned this dimensional shambler.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting.
Hold on.
Who else? to paint.
It is my only lead.
Then you have paid. For my part, I refuse to set foot.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives. Sanders, what? A house of artists. A house of artists. He finally was she just... The Shambler. I need to see it. Did she really care for him after all? A strange Amerindian pendant. I could use one of those. Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
That's twice you've stepped on my...
I've got a...
Some can be... What have you come...
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
All... man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery. Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it? What the hell was that? This dagger looks different. What the hell was that? This dagger looks different.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're...
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your
It's nothing. I think I just drank too much.
That goes without saying. If you can't tell the difference between reality and fiction, then you're in real trouble.
My arm was disappearing into this painting. You must have seen that.
I saw you put your trembling hands on a collector's artifact. Where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life.
You should talk to Aldrin. From what I saw in the...
It's not your style to give me...
Take it as payment for being my... Now go see your antique seller.
Where's the bookseller? Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary. What does this book contains unholy knowledge. The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion. What happened here? Let's start over. Where? Blood. Seems like amateur work. Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably. This burglar seems to be rather clumsy. What killed all these? What happened that made the What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What the? Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal. Everything. What link did he find between Charles Hawkins? Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe. Arkham editions? Never heard of him. Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them. Things are not looking good. A kind of chalice. How many volumes are there in this collection? A strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
Oh, Mr.
There's no...
Dr. Fuller.
No, don't.
I know.
Marie, perhaps...
Dr. Fuller.
No, don't.
I know.
Marie, perhaps...
Did you
No,
know
of any...
Very well. Severe... His... 30... I'm not sure I...
Don't... What?
In spite...
Yeah,
And what...
It look, I'm...
I see...
He... Yeah, but...
Did you... No. What... Doc... You know... I'll... What... No. And...
Where...
What I'm... You're...
There.
His limbs, his body temperature. I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? You react. It's your...
For this,
I
will not...
You disappoint. In the meantime...
Was that a threat?
It's... Don't you get involved in this. You've done enough already.
But doctor, this man is dying.
There's nothing we can do about it. He's in the hands of Dr. Fuller. Do you wish to end up like Elizabeth? With a diploma from Nightingale and the chores of a cleaning lady?
No. You're right.
Let me do my own investigation. It's time I found those missing files.
And where would you find those? In his office?
I'd rather not.
Of course, Doctor.
Doctor, please.
Mrs. Sanders?
Oh.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. His bind. He bit once. You've given him adequate care. There's nothing else we can do.
You sure?
Positive. Just make sure he doesn't lose any more weight.
Well, you're the doctor, after all.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah.
What are you talking? Yes,
It's the...
You must rest. You are still under sedatives.
You're right, Doctor. I'll rest.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing? You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well,
Tell me.
I have not. It seems stupid.
Actually,
No. It's like I'm.
with everything that happened to you these last days, it's no wonder you're feeling stressed.
Maybe.
Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Mrs.
No, but that I...
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make
It's
this up.
temperamental,
And
if I
I'm the
understand
one who
correctly.
pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth, do you... I courage.
Thank... Everything... All...
Come.
I'm... Thank... Everything all is...
Courage.
Sorry, but nobody... Dr. Colden, we...
What is...
Mr. Evans...
I'll see to it right. I'll never understand what
Rules are... And
under...
as
I they each...
they...
The door to the boiler room is locked. I have to get the key if I wish to get rid of Donovan. The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
It's encouraged.
At last, the missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions? Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins.
This finger belonged to a woman.
The
Why
patient
keep it
appears
here?
to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls innocence.
Why is Ethan on medication?
It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
First, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to... What?
She went into Fuller's doc.
Wait.
All right. All right. I'm perfect. Thank. I pray that Colden is really here and alive. An old diary. Scylla is here, like in the vision. Colden came this way. How old is Fuller, really? What the... Fuller, too. Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her. No! No! My God! What is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else. What happened? Something has changed, but what?
destiny. It has trapped you.
You are confronting powers that surpass you.
It looks like things are back to normal. What's going on? It never ends. Damnation. That's me. Oh God! I gotta get out. I got.
Pierce, I found her. I finally know what's going on. You must live and find the truth. It is already too late for me.
Colden? What's going on? Was it a hallucination? Colden?
He gave him the gold and
All right, let's get you out of here. Come with me.
It's
Miss.
oh.
I have seen the same color. It was not as vivid as you said.
A pale copy. A discarded spawn.
Do you know what it was? Tell me.
I can't. We should not call his name. Terrible. Terrible. He will not.
One more.
Have I seen?
Can you
Maybe.
Then let's... It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards? What the...
Oh no.
This way.
Yeah. I got this. Okay.
It's
The
Yeah,
We don't...
I...
I'd be better off finding a tool. Perfect.
Why?
You're cold. They don't want me dead.
Why? Because you are the one destined to perform the call.
Your wife thinks so.
Fool. My desire to protect Sarah is stronger than their petty schemes.
You hurt her.
No, detective.
She is much, much more than a woman. She is the Oracle. Sarah has... Would you...
It was her magic. The bookstore.
How do you know that? It does not matter. Sarah has... Even if she... And you are... They control... She will... Don't... No, but I